This is my honest opinion of medical school after 3 years, okay? And I have to tell you, I'm really shocked. A lot of people told me that when you go into third year, just wait until you go into third year, go into the clinical years, well, you start to feel the pressure and feel a lot different. It's going to be different, it's going to be hard. You're not going to be able to keep up. That's what I kept hearing over and over again. I actually like it more than before. The more I am in medical school, the more I'm liking it. And it's not like I'm special, like I study a certain way, or I do this, or I do that. Many of my classmates say the same thing. Some of us do struggle, albeit these struggles are a bit different. In terms of struggles are mostly from outside medical school, but they affect your medical school, okay? So maybe you're running through personal problems, family problems, financial problems. These things seep into your career and they affect you like that. But medical school itself, if you strip it down to its core, is amazing. I'm not making this video to, join medical school with me. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I don't want you to believe everything what people tell you. Just because there's a stereotype about a certain profession or a job, it doesn't mean that it's true for you. And let's be quite frank. When I say medicine I love it, I don't mean medicine is easy. By all means, it's not easy. It's very tough. However, I feel like a lot of jobs are tough as well. That's my own reasoning. Like when I see a teacher, who wakes up at 6 a.m., goes to work at 7 a.m. and stays until 4, and then she has to go back, or he has to go back, and he has to mark, all the tests that the students have been doing. He has to prepare examinations. Or you have someone who has a shop and they open early in the morning and they finish late at night, and they're grinding all day. What you find is a lot of professions are hard, and each in their own way. I have to say, the only thing that is hard with medicine is the responsibility. That thing, yes, that thing you have to be careful for, because we're talking about pain here. We're talking about life and death, literally, okay? And not every scenario is like this, but mostly it's about improving the health outcomes of your patients. And that, for me, is a very big load that is a privilege to have. And that's different from other professions, yes. But in terms of pure workload, it's not that different. I don't see it. I might be grilled in the comments, but I'm not seeing it. Bear in mind, I am in the UK, okay? I'm not in America. Maybe in America it's a bit different. In other medical schools around the world, it's a bit different. You have more pressure. And I'm going to make another video as well where I stopped caring about grades. And I just learn for the sake of learning. And I enjoy it so much. And tough days are a part of every job. They are. If you are a university, you work in university admissions, right? And you have a season that you have to sign as many students as you can. Around April or May, you're going to have a very, very popular and very demanding season, okay? And you're going to work overtime. You're not going to go back to your loved ones. The same thing with medicine. With medicine, it's a bit more frequent, yes, okay? You do that more often because you're on call. You do these kind of things which are unique to medicine. But rush and stress is part of every job, okay? Medicine for me is incredibly rewarding, right? I'm getting to learn, the privilege of getting to learn about the human body, how it works, how to treat patients, alleviate them from the pain, right? It's such a privilege, man. And it's so rewarding for me to do that. And maybe the stereotype comes from maybe back in the day, they used to have very big textbooks where they have to highlight and write maybe 20, 30 years ago, or 10 years ago even. But now we have a lot of resources that makes things for us so much easier, like YouTube, like ChatGPT, like Anki, whatever. It's a flashcard program. But it's maybe, I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud, maybe that's why people find it difficult. And I have to say this, when you actually start going to the hospital, it is kind of a shock to you because you're used to receiving all the attention from all the teachers and whatever. And now you're in this environment where nobody actually wants to give you time. They don't have the time or the energy to guide you. And it feels like you're sometimes alone. Okay? Like, I don't know what to do now. But you slowly start to find your learning. Okay? And you slowly start to find opportunities where you can pop in and say, okay, can I try this? Can I do this? Do you mind? Okay. At first, it feels very childlike. Okay. Like, do you mind if I do this? Or do you mind if I follow you? It sounds childlike, especially as someone like I'm a postgrad as well. For me, I'm nearly in my mid-20s. Me saying, do you mind if I follow you around to someone who's, it's hard. Okay. But you get used to it. It's really. So you find your rhythm and you find your own way of learning. Okay. When I'm making this whole video, even if you're not a medical student, I'm just making this video to say that, again, don't listen to people too much, man. If you're working on something and you really have a strong feeling, an inclination that this thing is good for me, go for it. Yani, alhamdulillah, thank God I went into medicine because it's one of the best decisions I've ever done in my life. After 3 years, I can confidently say I love it, okay? And for anyone who's thinking of joining medical school, just know it's not impossible, like people make it out to be. To have a life, to enjoy yourself, to have friends, to have a social life. Alhamdulillah, like I do all of this. And I have gym, I do the YouTube, I do. So like any profession, but this one is a bit more heavy, I agree. But it's a mix of tough days, rewarding moments, and lots of learning. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Takbis al like, hit the like button for me to support me and my journey on YouTube. And as always, Assalamu alaikum.